Now, what about Filemeyer?
I went back and looked, Your Honor. We filed a motion to lift the warrant in this case, and I had spoken with Mr. Filemeyer about the motion and getting it together. It looks like the motion was filed relatively recently, and I'm just trying to look. I don't even. Yeah, I don't even have a copy in my file. I think it was just filed last week, but
He's here now as well.
oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
What
Okay. I left frantic messages on his voicemail because I think what happened is that I had sent him the Zoom link on Friday, but I don't, looking back at my file, I don't think I'd actually sent him a copy of the motion because we just got it filed, and so I don't, it doesn't look like I had specifically given him advance warning that, hey, we're going to have a hearing Monday morning. I had just sent him the Zoom link on Friday. And so I think that that is my fault, Your Honor, for not realizing that the court was kind enough to set a pretty fast hearing date on my motions, and I did not make the effort I should have to get a hold of my client by phone. I just kind of let the normal process, our normal process play out, which is just sending out emails, which normally is done in enough advance time that it's not an issue. But in this case, it was very last minute.
Mr. Filemeyer, where are you?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Where are you?
I am on my way to work at the moment.
Are you in a moving automobile?
Yes, I am riding in a vehicle, Your Honor.
We are on the record in BU 2022 CR 460, 2022 CR 162, 2022 CR 190, 2022 TR 932, 2022 TR 1000, 2022 TR 4063, each captioned State of Kansas versus Dylan Michael Filemeyer. Please announce appearances.
Jared Ruggiero on behalf of the state.
Joshua Andrews on behalf of Mr. Filemeyer, who was also present.
All right. It looks to me that the defendant was supposed to be here on all 6 of these cases August 21st, 2023, after a history of controls, a lengthy history of control hearings. He had gotten permission apparently to go to inpatient treatment, but come August 21st, he was out of inpatient treatment and he didn't come to court. The attorney attempted to call the defendant. The attorney stated that he had sent a letter to the inpatient facility with the August 21st, 23 court date. An attorney had no luck getting a hold of the defendant.
And Your Honor,
Nevertheless, counsel for the defendant requested a continuance, hoping to get what was referred to as a global plea agreement with a felony case. So apparently he had a felony case 23 CR 198 in addition to each of these 6 cases before this court. State objected to the continuance. A bond forfeiture bench warrant was issued, and the judge, myself, denied requests for continuances. So apparently he hasn't turned himself in. He hasn't been picked up. He's in a moving car. If he does not have that moving car stop, he will be found in contempt, and I will not proceed because I do not do court from moving vehicles. So, Mr. Filemeyer, if you want to have court, you need to get that vehicle stopped.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I can offer a explanation for the defendant's non-appearance at the last hearing that I was not aware of at that time, but I became aware of after the hearing.
All right.
Essentially, Mr. Filemeyer was in the custody of the state of Kansas in the Sedgwick County Jail from August 20th, which was Sunday at 11:17 a.m. And he was released at 1:50 p.m. on August 21st. Court was at 9 o'clock that morning. So he was not able to attend court because he was in custody at that time. He did contact my office immediately after he was released from custody. I attempted to get some documentation from the jail just to confirm that. I was able to get the records showing the specific dates and times that he was in the Sedgwick County Jail. And then I filed these motions as soon as I had those records.
Well, this court doesn't usually accept getting arrested and
Well, the position that we would take, Your Honor, is that the state of Kansas is essentially, he was in the custody of the state of Kansas. And I understand it was a very brief time, and I doubt that the Butler County Attorney's Office was even aware that the state had him in custody. But he was prevented from being here because the state of Kansas had him in custody and did not make arrangements for him here.
they don't have to make arrangements. Zoom is a courtesy. It's not a requirement.
I understand, but he was also unable to come to the Butler County District Courthouse because the state of Kansas had him in custody.
County of Sedgwick had him in custody more precisely. So is that car stopped now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And he still has at least 6 active arrest warrants for him?
The bench warrants through this case, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
What was he in Sedgwick County custody for that time?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, Dylan, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to say, I don't have that right in front of me, so I was going to defer to Mr. Fellmeyer to answer that.
It was a failure to appear, Your Honor.
Oh. Failure to appear on what kind of case?
I believe it was traffic.
You believe? You don't even know what you failed to go to court for and sat in custody for a day?
I wasn't aware that their court dates were so soon from the original date. So,
But you don't know what you were sitting in jail for other than failing to come to court?
no, I was with somebody that was driving and they got pulled over and we both went to jail. So I wasn't really sure what the reasoning was, if it was an old warrant or something. Your Honor.
Mr. Regier, your response to this motion?
Well, Your Honor, notwithstanding the allegations regarding from counsel as to the defendant's failure to appear at the last hearing, I myself have not seen any of that. I believe the court has previously referred to another case the defendant has. I believe this will be at least the 7th, at least as far as Butler County goes, 23 CR 198. My understanding is that's currently set before for a preliminary hearing before Judge Crum, it looks like next month in October 11th to be precise.
And I'm sorry, what were those charges?
In that case, Your Honor, going off of the information that was filed by my office in April of this year, it looks to be possession of methamphetamine, a level 5 drug felony.
Mr. Regier, do you have the means to look up and maybe we do, Savannah, what the Sedgwick County matter was he was in custody for? With the new statewide system and Sedgwick County finally coming online with us, we may have that since he doesn't know why he was in jail.
I can definitely look, Your Honor, and see if I can find anything.
Thank you. Mr. Regier, I hate to make you go back over it, but that felony case, you said it's meth and what else?
Your Honor, it looks like, going off the information, that is the sole charge. If it helps the court, it looks like there is an order appointing counsel also with respect to Mr. Andrews in that case. Looks like that was filed with the court in that case back in April.
Mr. Andrews, you have that felony case?
I do, yes, Your Honor, and I've been in plea negotiations with the state to resolve all of these cases. I spoke with Mr. Sweeney, and he is going to be submitting a global plea in writing, a plea offer in writing. I made a plea offer that was rejected, but a counter offer is supposed to be forthcoming in writing. I've not yet received that. I would note, Your Honor, that after August 21st, Your Honor, we did have a hearing in the felony case, and Mr. Fellmeyer did appear for that hearing because he was not in custody at that time.
Okay, so after he got out of court August 21st in Sedgwick County, he came over here to court on time for his felony.
Yeah, the felony was set, I want to say it was a week later, and he did log in for the Zoom hearing on that and participated in that hearing.
All right, and when did that meth occur? Does anybody know when he allegedly possessed the meth?
I can advise Your Honor about that.
Your Honor, the information in that case would appear to allege a date of April 17th of this year.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Savannah, were you able to figure out what he has going on in Sedgwick County?
The only thing that I can see is it's Sedgwick County case number 2023 CR 1971. But that case was just filed 3 days ago. So
okay, and do you show what the charges were?
it's one count of possession of opiates, driving under the influence of drugs/alcohol, a drug paraphernalia, and vehicle emerging from alley, private roadway, building, or driveway.
And does it show when those incidents would have allegedly occurred?
On or about the 24th day of July, 2021.
That's
So,
interesting.
that is interesting.
All right. Mr. Filemeyer, I don't think you want to really be here today, do you?
What was that, Your Honor?
I don't think you want to be here today. You, your car, is it moving again?
I'm gonna be late for work if I don't stop, so I'm trying to get to work, but I can pull over again.
Look, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Andrews, how can your client sit here and defy me and then try to hide that he's defying me by going off screen and has a new charge of probably meth, it's DUI, paraphernalia, maybe it's an old case from 21. I mean, I don't think he wants me to take him seriously today.
Your Honor, I would say based on my understanding of, for what it's worth, based on my understanding of the way that Sedgwick County, it would be my expectation that the information is correct, that this was a 2021 case. And it looks like, now I don't know if it was a situation where they had issued an arrest warrant before filing the case and that Mr. Fellmeyer was picked up on that arrest warrant, but it does appear that it was not a new situation where after Mr. Fellmeyer was released from custody and went into inpatient treatment, that he then picked up another drug charge after that for something that happened after he was released from inpatient treatment. From what it looks like, this would have been a situation where, and again, I'm looking at the offense date of July 24, 2021. If this is the same case that Mr. Fellmeyer was in custody for, the position we would take is that this was not something he had done after he had been released that prevented him from being here on September 21, or not September 21, I apologize, August 21, Your Honor. Because of that, and the fact that he did appear for the next hearing in another case, he's here
not
today.
even here today, Mr. Andrews.
Well,
He's not even here today. He's in a moving car somewhere on his way to work.
I'm on my way to work, Your Honor. And I
Yeah,
have
he's
other
not
people
in
the
court.
car
He's
that
on
need
his
to
way
be
to
at
work.
as well, Your Honor.
and Your Honor, and again, as I had indicated, part of that is because it's
He is in direct contempt of court because I told him not to move. He went off screen started moving again. I don't know how many times I've told him not to be in a moving car. Mr. Fallmeyer, who's your driver?
I'll tell her. I'll talk to her.
Who's your driver?
You
And
want to
now
know
he's,
who my driver is?
now he's being contemptuous by not answering my questions. Who's your driver?
I'm talking, Your Honor. I'm about to get dropped off right here so I can walk the rest of my way to work.
Sir, my
So thank
question
you, Your Honor. I
is,
appreciate it.
who is your driver?
An
Mr.
Uber.
Fallmeyer.
Uber's my driver, Your Honor.
What is the name of your driver, Mr. Fallmeyer?
I don't know.
Tell her.
It's some Uber.
Mr. Fallmeyer, I don't think you're being candid with me. Seriously, you want me to withdraw warrants when he's being this defiant? Where are
I'm
you?
not being defiant, Your Honor. I'm walking to work since you said I'm not allowed to be in a moving vehicle while in contempt of court, allegedly.
Who was your driver? Was that your wife, your girlfriend?
It was an Uber, Your Honor,
Then why wouldn't you put the camera on her?
because that's a act of privy. According to the Uber, you're not allowed to record them while they're working, Your Honor.
Oh, is that right?
You
Where are
Google
you?
it if you'd
All
like.
right, what address are you at right now?
On my way to work, walking down Harry.
Walking down Harry, what's the name of your business that you work for?
Dylan's in Andover, or Dylan, sorry, correction.
You work at Dylan's on Harry? Is that the one on Harry and Rock?
Yes, Your Honor, it's my first day.
Your first
I'm
day,
gonna be late thanks to you, Your Honor.
excuse
So I'll
me?
probably have to find another job.
I'm sorry, what did you just say about thanks to you?
I said now I'm gonna be late.
Thanks to me. I
didn't say
didn't
that.
set this hearing. I
I didn't
usually
either.
report for your
I was just
arrest.
informed about it this morning.
Where are you, what department are you working in there at Dillon's at Harry and Rock?
Working the Chinese restaurant, Your Honor.
The Chinese restaurant, and this is your first day. And what number did you call to get your Uber driver?
Come again?
How did you come up with an Uber driver?
On the app on my phone.
Okay, you've got an app and you just used your app and some stranger pulled up to get you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you always ride in the front on your Uber ride?
It just depends on who the driver is. Sometimes they allow it, sometimes they don't.
And you don't know who this driver was? Where did the driver pick you up?
Picked me up in Andover at my grandpa's, Your Honor.
What's your grandpa's name?
Byron.
Byron what?
Clore.
McClure?
CLORE.
Oh, CLORE. And where does he live?
In Andover, Your Honor.
Where in Andover?
723 North Broadview Lane.
When was the last time you used meth or marijuana?
Since before inpatient treatment, Your Honor.
All right.
You can confirm that with my probation officer.
Now, he failed to appear August 20th. Was it? And he's still not in court from what I can tell. I'm only getting half his attention, if that. He failed to appear August,
21st, Your Honor.
he failed to appear August 21st for this court, but you said he appeared for the other judge's felony court that same day?
Not the same day, Your Honor. It was the following week. As I indicated, Your Honor, he was in custody the morning of August 21st. He was arrested on August 20th, which would have been a Sunday. He was in custody the morning of August 21st and was released that afternoon. And then he did appear on, for the hearing. And I can tell you the exact date, Your Honor. It was August. No, it was September 11th. So I guess it was a little bit more than a week after, but September 11th was the hearing in the felony case. He did appear on for that hearing. looking around, it looks like we filed these motions on September 12, which was less than a week ago. And again, Your Honor, it was not my expectation that we would get a hearing date that quick after filing the motions. And so I did not reach out to inform Mr. Fellmeyer until Friday afternoon when I sent him the Zoom link by email. And he did not, clearly did not see that email until I called and left voice messages this morning. So he was not able to make alternative arrangements with his work to come in late or anything like that. I think that's part of the problem, is that Mr. Fellmeyer clearly is worried about losing that job. And so he has these competing anxieties regarding trying to get the bench warrants lifted when he wasn't able to be here because of being in custody on what appears to be a 3-year-old case.
Mr. Andrews, why is it taking him 30 days to ask to have these lifted?
Your Honor, I was trying to get actual documentation from the Sedgwick County Jail. My concern was the court would ask if I had actual documented proof of that, but it was not easy to get that documentation. And then I was able to confirm it through VineLink, however, the specific dates and times. And so I felt comfortable proceeding with the motion based on those dates and times. But Mr. Fellmeyer contacted me immediately after the hearing on the 21st to explain what had happened. I just was trying to get get actual proof of that, so that when I filed the motion and said this is what happened, I was able to say that I had independently verified the information contained in that motion and wasn't just relying on what my client was telling me.
Well, I guess I have a question for you, Mr. Fellmeyer. You told me that your Uber was driving you to work at the Dillons at Rock and Harry, and yet you walked for at least 5 minutes. Why did you not have your driver drop you off at the door at your business?
Because I wasn't there yet, Your Honor. I'm still currently at Harry and Webb at the moment.
Well, why didn't you just have your Uber drive you there?
Your Honor, I told him not to be in a moving vehicle.
So I'd be in contempt of court, so I got out of the vehicle.
But you still weren't in court. You kept walking. Where are you now? I seem to finally get your attention. Where are you?
I'm still at the intersection of Harry and Webb, Your Honor.
You're not going in the store?
I am. I'm just gotta call him and tell him I'm late as soon as we're done with this video. So.
So I'm finding you in contempt of court. And you haven't. I am not lifting your warrants because of your attitude and behavior today.
I've just been very stressed out, Your Honor. I apologize. I was just ill-informed about this earlier, like my attorney said. So.
Well, you've had these warrants active for at least a month. You've known that. Your attorney has reached out and tried to help you, but you're not helping him.
That's not true. I sent him documentations, Your Honor.
You're not helping yourself.
I'm trying to get a job, and it's kind of hard to do.
All right, well, go get your job, but those warrants remain active.
Josh, please call me after this. Thank you. Am I free to go, Your Honor?
No, you need to turn yourself in to the sheriff and get those. All right, he just hung up on me, didn't he? Just hung up on me. Savannah, please make sure that that's included in the notes.
Okay.
Mr. Andrews, if you talk to him again, you better make sure he understands that he needs to turn himself in on those warrants.
I will convey that to him, Your Honor.
We'll take a recess.